Regular Mike. She's under the basket now. She's under the basket. She's got a ball in her left hand. Nope, she bounced it away. Kendall Keller goes to the corner. Nope, she pump fakes the announcer even. She's directly in front of Aldo. Nope, now she's going to the corner. It's going to be a catch and shoot top of the court. Kendall Keller from downtown. That's her on the TV screen. Holy smokes. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Clip that. Chat, clip that.
Chad, clip that.
Chat, clip that. Chat, do not clip that, chat.
Frontier Conference Basketball coming at you live from the PE Center, Helena, Montana, and it's a ranked battle. Number 20 Rocky Mountain in town to take on the number 22 Carroll College Saints. Welcome in, everyone. I'm Jack Marshall, joined by the one and only DJ Bauer. And DJ, as I just said, it's going to be a great ball game. First things first, with the Rocky Mountain Battling Bear women. They've had a phenomenal season, and a lot of it can be attributed to a transfer they brought in one, Sydney Deathman.
Yeah, Sydney Deathman playing back in her home state of Montana. It's not too often at the NAIA level that you get someone who has D1 experience playing at Fresno State, and what she's brought to the table can't be denied. 17.1 points per game, and her presence has really allowed the rest of this Battling Bears returning roster to kind of settle into easier roles, allowed someone like Gracie Leckfold, who was key for them last year, to kind of take a step back, play a little more defense, things like that. She's really opened up this entire Battling Bears roster. It's no surprise, really, to see that they're off to such a hot start.
On the other end, Carroll College, a team that obviously lost the best player in all of the NAI last year, Jamie Pickens. They've reloaded and really kept some of the same talent they had last year. Obviously, Willa Albrecht, and of course, a Kendall Keller from the Highline.
Yeah, but for this Carroll team, it's going to be how do they find their confidence again? They took a tough loss at Montana Tech last weekend, their first loss to the Orediggers in 8 years. How do they get back to playing that ranked basketball against a really good Rocky team? They've shown it. They beat Providence earlier this year. And as you mentioned, Kendall Keller, she's really stepped up her game. Career highs in points, rebounds, assists, and she's not doing it alone. She's got Montana-born teammates Addie Ekstrom, Willa Albrecht, and yeah, it's not really about finding one player to fill that void left by Jamie Pickens. It's about the entire roster elevating their level of play.
Yeah, and as you said, they knocked off that really good Providence team. We'll see if the Carroll College Saints can do it again. A battle for the top of the frontier coming up after this. Welcome back into the PE Center. Starting lineups underway here at Rocky Mountain, Carroll College. Let's check it out. First things first with Rocky, number 2, Sydney Deathman, the star from Brockton, Montana, transfer from Fresno State. Ileana Moran, the guard from Richland, Washington, a returner for this team. Gracie Leckvold, of course, from Scobie, Montana, the former Scobie Spartan, the point guard. And how about the 2 freshmen, Paige Wasson and Isabel Hegum? They played each other in the Class E state championship last year. And of course, for the home team, DJ Bauer, a talented Carroll College one. Kendall Keller from Havre, Montana. Addie Ekstrom from Bozeman, Montana. Willa Albrecht from Billings, Montana. Isabel Erickson from Broadview, Montana. And Megan Carsetter rounding out the lineup out of Moses Lake, Washington.
You know, something I noticed there, Jack, a whole lot of Montana.
Oh, yeah. Represent.
And here's a little more Montana on the scoreboard here for you with the standings.
That's right. Represent. We love it. We love the talent in the frontier from the Treasure State. Rocky Mountain stands alone in the lead, 3-0 on the season in Frontier Conference play at 11-5. Carroll College 2-1, that loss to Tech we talked about a little bit, but a win over Providence. They were the number 5 team in the country when Frontier Conference play. Now they're at the bottom of the ladder. How about that?
It just shows you how good this conference is. I mean, look at that right-hand column. Everybody but Western's got a winning record. This is a conference that is as deep and as talented as it has ever been. We've seen that on display with teams like Montana Tech and MSU Northern that have kind of been the bottom feeders in this conference as of late, are starting to make their charge and stake their claim as conference competitors. So it's just exciting to see. It's a fun time to be a Frontier Conference basketball fan.
That's right. We'll get into a men's game a little bit, which is going to happen after this. But, you know, so much can change in a year for different teams. I mean, this Rocky Mountain team lost to Carroll College in the first round of the Frontier Conference women's basketball tournament. And now they're back as we're getting ready to get into the way. Isabel Hagum, as we said, in the starting lineup, the true freshman. She was playing for the Roy Winifred Outlaws up in Great Falls when I watched last her play a year ago. She's tall, but she's ferocious, and she'll be jumping against Willa Albrecht. Quite the height difference there. But Willa Albrecht, a really athletic player out of Billings West High School in Rocky Mountain. Controls it first, the Batlin Bears. Coming to the game, as we said, leading the conference. Moran, the returner, getting the screen, and now here's Paige Wasson, the former North Country star, 2-time state champion. Moran will drive, and Gracie Leckvold. Scoring numbers have gone down a little bit, but that's mainly because Sydney Deathman's on the squad. Deathman there will set the screen as 4 seconds on the shot clock. A great first defensive possession from the Carroll College Saints, and their leading rebounder, Will Albrecht, comes down with it.
And she has done a really fantastic job using that height to kind of fill the Jamie Pickens void down low, something that we're going to be keeping our eye on all season long.
Both teams really good at defense. Offense, maybe not always as good, but that's what happens if you got a good defense. You don't get as much chances to have the ball. Willa Albrecht's first shot of the ball game is off the mark, and it will be rebounded by Paige Wasson, and they'll go the other way with it. Wasson started all 17 games as a true freshman for the Batlin Bears. She's from North Country, specifically Whitewater High School. Pass stolen away, so they've denied the ball there from Sydney Deathman. A smart strategy if you're the Saints. They did something similar when they played Carroll College against Kiana Salvea. Deny that inbound, and Megan Carsetter with the first bucket of the ball game, and she had a big game in that Providence game. She's going to need to have a big one here against Deathman.
She did, and she's another really key part of this starting lineup. And you see, she's tall. You expect her to get into the post. Now, why not pop it for a long two? Just showing the athleticism on display.
Carsetter's first year as a starter, but the lefty has filled the role well. Leckvold fires away from beyond the arc. This one misses everything, and Izzy Erickson with another big rebound. A state champion for the Billings Central Rams, playing against a team from her former high school town. Of course, grew up a little outside of Billings. As Carsetter, back-to-back buckets, and the Saints, with the crowd behind them early, take a 4-0 lead. Here come the Batlin Bears, still looking for their first points of the ball game, and it's blocked by Carsetter. What a great first couple possessions from the Moses Lake, Washington product. There's Kendall Keller from the high line. 7-0 Saints.
This is a statement start, Jack. I mean, they're playing well on both ends of the ball, making their shots, and then I've really been impressed with the defense in the first couple minutes. I mean, just watch them. They're hounding Rocky at every edge.
Coach Sayers, that's where she prides in. Now for the first time, Deathman will touch the ball. She fires away, and it rims out. A great rebound there about Gracie Leckvold. She's a great rebounder for her height. Hagum still can't get the Batlin Bears on the board, and here comes Kendall Keller in transition. Addie Ekstrom. The Bozeman Hawk pulls up. She's having a good senior year. Can't hit on that one, though, and Moran will rebound, and she'll be fouled by Will Albrecht. We're going to look at Wes Keller down there for a second. He's the Rocky Mountain head coach, and a great coach at that. Since 2014-2015 season, NAIA Coach of the Year, and DJ, a Helena High Bangle.
You talk about just the great coaches that this league has. A guy that led the Batlin Bears to the national quarterfinals just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Kind of had to do a little rebuilding between now and then, but he's got them humming right now.
He does, a great recruiter. That pickup of Sydney Deathman was just a phenomenal one, and these two freshmen are two great recruiting looks. I'm watching them play in Great Falls last year. I was surprised they weren't D1 players, how skilled they were. Moran, the up and under won't fall, and the Saints, as good of a start as Coach Rochelle Sayers could ask for. Kendall Keller tries to pour it in more, and she tickles the twine. Coach Keller needs a timeout, and it looks like Isabel Erickson's a little bit banged up. She's gonna head to the bench. They're quickly getting medical attention, I hope. Izzy Erickson's okay. We'll come back right after this. 10-0 lead, it's all Saints here in the first quarter. Welcome back into Carroll College. And DJ, if you're Carroll College, good and bad. Good, you started on a 10-0 run. Bad, one of your starters, Isabel Erickson, just had to leave with an injury. We'll see if she's all right. On the other end, Rocky Mountain, what do they need to do?
Yeah, we'll see if Carroll is able to overcome that injury. So far, they've been playing red hot. Right now, Rocky, they've been getting the ball into the post. They've been getting a couple looks. They just haven't been able to finish. If they're able to create some good ball screens, get some movement, try to find a way to cut through this Carroll defense, there's still plenty of time for them to claw back into this one, but they're down 10-0 early.
Hegum with the ball out the top of the three-point line. Leckvold with it, being guarded by Carsetter. Bit of a mismatch now on Hegum, and now they swing it around to Wasson. Breaks the shutout as Paige Wasson with the first points of the game for Rocky Mountain, and that's big for the Battling Bears.
And being able to do it via the three ball, that's one of this team's strengths, and that's why it's hard to keep them down. They can shoot themselves back into games.
Well, in the game for the first time today for Carroll College is Ellie Denny. Claire Converse, my apologies. Actually, both of them checked in the game, DJ, as foul send it the other way, and that one will be on Ellie Denny.
And that wiped off what would have been a big three-pointer for Carroll College. Even on the possessions where they're not getting points, they're still putting it in the cup, Jack.
Yeah, good shooting. These guards from Carroll need to shoot well if they want to win games. And so far, Kendall Keller especially has lit up. Moran with a good drive around the defender, and she gets it to go. Moran, 9.5 points per game as a returning starter. Did start 18 games last year. The Saints bringing around the horn. Suddenly they're up 10-0 off to a 5-point game. This Rocky offense is dangerous. So is Kendall Keller, though, but her three-pointer is off. Moran continues to be the primary ball handler for this team. Wasson now off the dribble, going to her left, goes up with it. And the lefty layup is good for Paige Wasson. How about her?
And Keller just telling his girls to stick to the same game plan we came in with, attack the basket. Eventually the shots will fall, and now they are.
Ekstrom can't get the answer. Battling Bears go the other way. Moran, good ball handler with it. Deathman has not scored yet today, but we're back to a three-point ball game as Wasson drives in the paint, and the true freshman with 7 early points for the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears. She's looked great to start. Wasson started 17 games, as we said, 10 points per game for this Rocky Mountain team. And now here's Sydney Deathman for the first time today with the transition layup. The Frontier Offensive Player of the Week gives Rocky its first lead.
Well, you knew she was going to get on the stat sheet eventually. There's only so much you can do to keep her down. A little ways to go to match her 17.2 points per game, but she's got her first two.
And she's scored over 20 points 6 times this year for Rocky Mountain as they stand atop the Frontier. Now a pass to the corner ends up in the hands of Denny. Denny with Carsetter. Carsetter, a tough matchup. And she tries to kick it to the corner, but it's intercepted before it can get to Converse. So Rocky on an 11-0 run of their own after Carroll is 11-0. Moran can't get the bank shot to go from the corner 3. So a good stop by Carroll College. 5 teams in the Frontier Conference are ranked in both the men's and the women's, and you're looking at 2 of them as Kendall Keller continues her hot start, 8 points. So you said in the open, DJ, Keller career high in points, rebounds, and assists. She's really filled the void of some of those talented players Carroll lost last year. Hagum with the 3-pointer, and it's good. She's 6'4", but she pulls some 3, and it's true.
Now we're getting into the trading blows section of the game. We thought we were going to see 10-0 run Carroll, 11-0 runs Rocky, and now settling into a rhythm.
Yeah, some high-level basketball as this game goes on. It'll be interesting to see how both these coaches make adjustments. They're so vocal. 2 of the best coaches in the Frontier in the NAIA. Keller's shot is short, but Carsetter's there for the rebound, but it's blocked by Hegum. She averages a block per game for plays just like that.
Now, it's no surprise whenever you see she's 6'4", and you don't need a stat sheet to see that. You can just look down at the court.
Her sister also on this team, but no sub so far for the Battling Bears. Carroll with 3 players getting ready to check in. And Gracie Leckville with another shot. The Scobie Spartan makes it a double possession lead for Rocky. Carroll looking for answers, and Leckville gets ran over by Carsetter, and it's going to go the other way. Coach Sayers doesn't like it. 3 players ready to check in for Carroll College. Alex Bullock, Willa Albrecht back in, and this one's Ellie Denny. My apologies.
I know the Frontier Conference is a punch-you-in-the-mouth type of conference, and that's obviously something that Sayers has surely emphasized over her many years at the helm. First blow delivered by the Saints, second blow delivered by the Bears. We're waiting to see how the Saints will respond. They haven't found an answer yet. Yeah,
Moran has looked really great off the dribble. She's up to 4 points now. Great point guard. Carroll College this Rocky Mountain offense has looked great. Great game plan for them as Will Albrecht fires away, and she hits. Albrecht, when she's playing aggressively, is one of the best players in the conference. So athletic.
No question about it. I mean, she averages 31 minutes a game as well, so she's just got a motor. She just keeps going, and we saw it there.
Carroll College has a chance to go the other way. But with it is Oakland, and she gives it away. Denny driving. In the corner for Albrecht, looking for back-to-back trays, and she delivers. Albrecht with 6 points, and it's 18-18.
And there's that answer that we were looking for, Jack. How are the Saints going to respond? Back-to-back trays is a pretty good way to answer.
Albrecht came in the game at 3 for 100 exactly on 3-pointers as we got a shootout on our hands. Sydney Deathman with her second bucket. Former Freud Medicine Lake player. Brockton, Montana. 5 seconds to end the first quarter. Addie Ekstrom drives with 2. Fade away at the buzzer. Just off the iron. And that'll end an exciting first quarter. Saints go up 10-0. But the Battling Bears battle back. 21-18. Rocky Mountain lead over Carroll College. Welcome back into Carroll College. We're underway with the second quarter as Alex Bullock off the bench. The redshirt freshman just got the putback layup for Carroll College to make it a 1-point ball game. Bullock, of course, a daughter of former Governor Steve Bullock. Her mom also played here at Carroll College, so legacy player, played at Helena High. There's her mom, Lisa Bullock, played for the Saints. As Deathman starting to heat up a little, DJ Bauer. 7 points for her, and can't be shocked if she's filling up in the scoring column.
No, can't be surprised at all. I mean, the surprising thing more so is whenever Carroll got off to that 10-0 start, they weren't giving her the ball. Now she's getting her hands all over it, and no surprise, stuff in the stat sheet.
Well, Alex Bullock with a great start to the ball game there. Four early points for her. She scored 39 total points this season, shooting 44% from the field. Right now, she's at 100. Deathman with it at the top, tries to do the entry pass. Now she'll hand it off to Wasson. Wasson has it mishandled by Linz. Linz in the game for the first time today, and now a scramble on the floor, and it goes back to the Bears. Coach Sayers encouraging her team. Obviously, Coach Keller encouraging her team. We talked about Coach Keller a little bit. Let's hop over to Coach Rochelle Sayers at Carroll College. Been here since 2011. Last year's Frontier Coach of the Year. Took Carroll NAI semifinals, best season ever. And she's creeping up on 300 career wins as a head coach.
I mean, what can be said? I mean, she is, by the time it's all said and done, they may rename the town after her, considering what she's been able to do with these Fighting Saints. What a legendary career it's been.
And how about legendary Kendall Keller keeps up her legendary career with the 3-ball. She's in the double digits, and the Saints retake the lead like a heavyweight boxing match right now, DJ, between these two top 25 NAIA teams. Moran at the top of the key. Now it's Ekstrom guarding Wasson right in her face. Driving is Brianna Linz, runs into a defender but gets it over the top of Bullock. So those two are going at each other. Linz, the junior forward out of Billings Senior High School. Well, we're going to get a foul on the other end, DJ. I didn't get to see that one. Was that on Linz?
I didn't get a good look at either. It was clearly away from the ball.
We'll get a good check there. I think it was on Linz. So Brianna Linz and Alex Bullock are going out. Alex Bullock going to head to the bench now. Carset are going to go in, but those two backup posts, you love to see them go in the game and just kind of bring that energy, go at each other. Two players who've played kind of that six-man role. Now it's Carsetter against Linz. Goes to her left, back to her right. Hegem out of the game. They attack the post. That time, though, Carsetter going to her non-dominant hand. Can't get the hook shot to go. Moran calling out the offense. Willa Albrecht, really great on-ball defender, switches from her to Wasson. Deathman being guarded by Ekstrom. Now it's Leckvold back to her left hand. She loses the dribble. It's a dog pile in the paint. Jump ball, and they'll stay with the Battling Bears. Now into the game for the first time today is the other Hegem, Madeline Hegem, also out of Roy Winifred High School. Played off the bench in all 17 games after starting 9 games last year, so a bit of a different role for her. But when you bring in talented players like her sister and, of course, Sydney Deathman, that's kind of what you got to do. Deathman's first shot is off. Here come the Saints in transition. Keller calling for Ekstrom. They're going to reverse it back to Willa Albrecht. Had 2 3-pointers there in that first quarter. Now pump faking is Erickson. She will drive against Hegem. Pump fake, now fade away. A tough shot off the front of the rim. Erickson in a bit of a slump. 2 for 21, now 2 for 22 in her last 7 games as the Saints.
That was a good possession she had there and had a decent look. Just really good defense from this Battling Bears squad.
Linz to the paint. She rolls. Now Wasson, catch and shoot. Won't fall. Rebounded by Willa Albrecht. She's a great rebounder. Second in the conference in rebounds per game. And now the 3-ball from Albrecht.
Something you have to love about her game if you're Rachel Sayers. Just the versatility. Go out and shoot a 3 for me. Go out and get those rebounds in the paint. Why not, shoot a distance too as well?
Former Lady Grizz player on the state champion 4x100 meter relay team. And now Erickson goes down again. We saw her elbow get hurt in the first quarter. She stays down in the paint. Rocky Mountain trying to take advantage of that. Ball tipped with 15 on the clock. Coach Sayers screaming out defensive instructions, and it's stolen away by Addie Ekstrom. Ekstrom on transition, the senior. Pump fake. It's good, and Carroll College up 4. These guards, DJ Ekstrom, Albrecht, and Kendall Keller, a three-headed monster offensively.
And just the lengths that they go to make sure that this Carroll team just keeps on churning. The minutes they put out, Ekstrom, someone who came back from injury to be a high-level contributor.
That's right. Last year it was really fun. It's another dog pod, gritty defensive ball game so far, but Ekstrom, a player last year, is so nice to see her come back in rehab throughout the season from a really tough knee injury or knee brace all year. This year, no knee brace, healthy to start the year, and she's playing great basketball. It kind of proves she is healthy, and it's fun to watch Ekstrom play at full health. 12 points per game, 26 starts last year. She's played over 2,500 minutes as a Carroll College Saint.
That steal that we just saw there doesn't look like she ever had a knee injury in her life. She was running free like the buffalo out there. I mean, that was a...
Yeah, well, in one of her first games back last year, I remember she had the knee brace on, but she ran the transition like Ja Morant, man. Fast, jumped high, no-look passes, good layups. Shot missed, and here come the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears trying to make it a one-possession game. Linz to the paint against Erickson. Erickson falls, and it'll be an and one. Blocking foul, and Brianna Linz making her mark felt. She's up to 4 points. And now that'll take us to the media timeout here. Battling Bears down 2 with a chance to cut it to 1. 29-27 in the second quarter. Well, there's a look at that. Brianna Linz and 1. A great offensive game for both teams so far. How about Willa Albrecht, 2 DJ? 8 points for her, 11 points for Kendall Keller. As I said, kind of a heavyweight matchup. These two teams going back and forth.
Just trading blows, and you take a look at the stat sheet here. It's basically even across the board for everyone. The only big difference is that Carroll's been doing most of their damage from the perimeter. They're 5 of 8 from deep, and it's the Battling Bears attacking the paint. They've got 16 from the inside.
Yeah, great 3-point shooting there. 5 for 8 from deep, as you said, DJ. That's great as Linz does convert the and 1, and we're back down a 1-point game, and Linz in the front will look like a press. Carroll, a hard team to press, though, this year. They got a lot, as we said, a lot of great guards. Ekstrom breaks it. Now here's Erickson. 15 on the shot clock. Ekstrom back to Erickson again. Erickson working on Linz. Albrecht had at the post. They didn't find her. Instead, Ekstrom a little off on that one as Gary Marshall makes the catch on the baseline. And it'll go the other way. Now here's Carroll. So both teams trying to press a little bit. Egeman's up with it, but back to Leckvold. So maybe a bit of a pseudo press, DJ, waiting, putting the defenders up there, but not actually trapping or anything.
Just one of those kind of feelers to see what the offense is going to give you.
Annie Kavanaugh in the game for the first time for Rocky Mountain, the sophomore guard out of Maple Valley, Washington. There's a Wasson. Leckvold inside the Linz. Had a great and 1. 4 points already for her. Now it's Kavanaugh with 3 on the clock. Fades away. Keller draped all over her, and she can't get it to go. Great defense by Kendall Keller. Carroll College, number 15 scoring defense in the country. You can see why there. Of course, Rocky not far behind him at number 21. Albrecht, pull up J is true. 10 points for her.
You take a look at the scores of some of these recent Frontier games, and you're kind of surprised to see that this game has been so high energy, fast-paced, lots of points made. Rocky hasn't given up more than, 52 points in any of their Frontier games, and Carroll, similar story, before giving up 64 at Tech.
Paige Wasson, the freshman, continues her hot start. But yeah, DJ, you're right. Sometimes, though, you get these defensive teams, they're so good at defense on each other that sometimes they just get a lot of stops and force transition, as there's Isabel Erickson, and that's a good way to stop a slump. A three-pointer from the top of the key. She was a hooper in high school at Billings Central, won a state championship. Now has the Saints back up 4. Right back to Linz in the post. Now Leckvold pump fakes Albrecht, drives with her right hand, can't get it to go on the runner. Karstetter, not a crazy great rebounding center, but gets the rebound there. She boxes out and lets the guards come in. Karstetter now with the lefty. She can't get to go. The whole crowd sighs. They're ready to kind of explode a little bit.
Just good ball movement, and you got to execute on those opportunities. She had a nice open look, and that could have put this game a little bit out of hand.
Hegum with it at the top. She feeds Linz. Back to Hegum, being guarded by Albrecht. Now a three-pointer from Leckvold. Coach Sayers raises her hands. We got to get a hand in her face. Gracie Leckvold's a baller.
Usually she's the one who's putting the hands in the face as the reigning Frontier Defensive Player of the Year, but she's not afraid to pop it from 3 whenever she gets a look that she likes.
That's right, Defensive Player of the Year. She was the Freshman of the Year in the Frontier. Talented player. Of course, you bring on Deathman, you're not going to maybe have that all-Frontier first-team status with her on the team, but Leckvold still leading or up in the Frontier in assists per game. It's 3rd, also 2nd in steals, so kind of change what she does well for this team a little bit, more passing and more stealing. Kind of the twin towers of Rocky Mountain subbing in now, and Deathman and Hegum. Keller, though, gets the line. Great start for her, 11 points. Gatorade Player of the Year for the Havre High Blue Ponies in 2020. And she gets up for big games, had her season high at 23 points against Providence in their last home game, that upset over the Argos. She's up to 13 today.
There's just a handful of players in this league who play their best games when they're playing the best competition. No doubt she's one of them.
Yeah, she has some big games in the NAI National Tournament run that Carroll College had last year, too. Well, almost a minute 10 left here in the first half. Leckvold's pass is denied, and how about Addie Ekstrom? Another steal for her. She's had active hands. Dribble handoff and a foul, and that's going to go on Leckvold. Well, pretty fast first half so far. Only 4 total fouls, DJ. That's what we like to see all 5 players on the court.
You do. Yeah. And the refs in this league are some of the best in the nation. I mean, they let them play, and that's how it's meant to be in Montana. So
yeah, let them play physical in the post. There's a pull-up from Kendall Keller, and she's lethal from mid-range. Kendall Keller with 15 points already. Carroll College up 5 over number 20 Rocky. Of course, Carroll 22. They beat number 5 Providence, but they slipped a spot in the NAI poll. Hegum looks like she'll shoot it, tries to feed Deathman, but it's stolen away from Kendall Keller. Good deny. Carroll's got numbers on the break. Keller, trap. Here's Albrecht, lets it fly off the front of the rim. Shot clock gone. Moran now back in. She's got the C Carroll logo. Looks like the Battling Bears will look for the last shot. Trailing by 5 in a great Frontier Conference basketball game here on SWX. 11 on the clock. Moran, screen from Hegum. To her right, dribbles. Erickson Gardner, baseline, and a foul. 4.2 left. Erickson tried to seal her off on the baseline. They say no. Quick sub in is Ava Oakland now, the lengthy defensive guard out of Boise, Idaho. 4 seconds left. Under the basket inbound. They pass it into Hegum. Ends up in the hands of Wasson with 3. Wasson to Hegum with 1. Off the front of the rim, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. Carroll College takes an early lead, and they continue an early lead in the halftime. 38-33 lead for Carroll College over Rocky Mountain in a ranked Frontier Conference matchup. Welcome back in, Carroll College B Center. The Saints lead the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears 38-33. This is the Bootlegger halftime show. We have a special guest, the head of the Montana Indian Athletic Hall of Fame.
Yes.
That's right. So just first things first, introduce everyone at home who doesn't know who you are to yourself a little bit and kind of what you guys do.
So my name's Donnie Wetzel Jr. From the Blackfeet Nation. My father and I created the Montana Indian Athletic Hall of Fame back in 2007. And it's really just a celebration of our warrior spirit and the domination that many of our athletes have had across the state of Montana and the history of what that is. It's really a modern day history of our warrior deeds. And so we celebrate that, we lift it up, and it's a very positive thing for our communities.
Yeah, I can't reiterate that enough. If you don't follow the Montana Indian Athletic Hall of Fame on Facebook or Instagram or anything, go there now. Right now, some great stuff going on. High school basketball. Mylea Not Afraid.
Yeah.
61 points in a game. That's courtesy of you guys. I didn't know it without that, but some great stuff going on there. But is there a new class coming in? So how does that kind of work? When do you guys kind of induct the Hall of Fame class every year?
Yeah, so we go every 2 years. We just did the 2024, which was big. We hadn't done one because of the kind of the COVID era, and so that was a big one. We had, I think, 17 individuals and 2 teams. The next one will be in 2026.
Okay.
So it's every 2 years, and there's so much interest, there's so many nominations, but we have a level, a point system, and you gotta prove it to get in, so. But it's all good.
Yeah, can you mention some of the names on this next class coming in yet? Or
well, the 2024 class was, we did it in November, and we actually did it here at Carroll College. They hosted it. We had probably 350 people in a room at 320 capacity.
A party. It was a party.
Oh, yeah. We had some big names. It was Mike Chavez. He came in. You know, Mike's
Grizz
a
legend.
legend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Myself, I made it in this
Congratulations.
year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and we had Dustin Azure, who's a killer wrestler and wrestling coach, whose brother's Hunter Azure, who fights in UFC. The teams that came in were a Hayes Lodgepole team from 02.
Thunderbirds.
That won it. That was their first title ever, and it was just an amazing story. So,
and yeah, just what are some of the programs and stuff you guys do around the state? Obviously, we talk about featuring people on you do the Hall of Fame, but also just kind of featuring players on social media and stuff every week.
Yeah. Okay, so we have like two pieces. We have the legends that are the Hall of Fame, then we have the social media campaign, which really celebrates and highlights our youth. And it's all positive. You know, if our team catches a negative message, we delete it.
I like that.
Because we like the positive energy. And so, like, the more celebration of that, and it really does help us control our narrative of our amazing athletes. And I love it now because you guys follow our page, which is absolutely awesome. So the players get some recognition.
Okay, well, one last thing I'd ask you about high school basketball, as you talked about, it's a big season. There are some teams that I'm sure you guys have covered a lot that are pretty good this year. Do you have any teams that maybe people should be watching? The Box Elder Bears are going to be hard to miss. They'll be playing down in Butte where DJ Bauer is going to be for the state championship. And also, Helen High boys, Tevin Wetzel, you might know that name.
Oh, yeah. Tevin's my nephew. I think he's the best guard in the state, but, I'm biased. But Blackfeet, he's out there tearing it up. I think Helen High might have a chance, but undefeated last year, Box Elder Bears, my good brother, Jeremy McDonald.
Oh, great coach.
He's set. He's set with a hell of a squad.
Okay, well, that's all we got. Donnie, thanks so much for joining us. It was great to talk to you. We'll see you guys with some stats and more from halftime at the end of the break.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome back to Carroll College. We're here live on SWX. Jack Marshall, joined by DJ Bauer. The Saints lead 38-33, women's basketball ranked matchup. DJ, a great first half action. Let's start with the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears. What'd you see from them?
Well, the Battling Bears got punched in the mouth early, went down 10-0, and then started getting the ball into the hands of Sydney Deathman, and that turned their fortunes around pretty quick. This is a team that's been very content to just attack. They've got their points coming from the paint, haven't shot too much from the perimeter, but it's working wonders for them so far, getting contributions from the likes of Paige Wasson, Gracie Leckfold, a well-rounded effort, but still not enough to quite overcome the deficit that they opened up with Carroll with the 5-point lead at halftime. You'd like to think if you're Wes Keller, try to find a way to get back into that, knowing that you started the game off 10-zip.
Yeah, on the other end, Carroll College, you mentioned, they kind of came out and really did punch them in the mouth here as we look on our bootlegger halftime show highlight reel. And man, Kendall Keller, yeah, has been great. 15 points for her, 10 points for Willa Albrecht. Carroll College came out poised. Great game plan from Rochelle Sayers. We'll see if Wes Keller can really kind of make some adjustments at halftime. We'll see what both coaches do. But one thing that jumps off the page at me, Deathman with an efficient first half, 3 for 5 field goals made, 7 points. But, that's only 5 shots for Sydney Deathman. You think the Battling Bears will try to get the ball in her hands a little more?
Yeah, you would think that they would try to get the ball in her hands a little bit more, knowing what she's able to provide, the kind of spark that she can do. She's not in foul trouble or anything, so be a little more aggressive with her. Meanwhile, if you're Carroll on the other side, just keep feeding it to your scorers. Albrecht and Keller have been getting the job done, confidently shooting it from deep as well, a team that's shooting 50% from three-point range to start this game. We'll see if they keep their foot on the gas in act number 2.
Well, thanks for joining us at the Bootlegger Halftime Show. 38-33 lead for Carroll College. We'll be back for the second half of action on the other side of this. Welcome back here at Carroll College. 38-33 lead. Still in the Bootlegger Halftime Show. About 2 minutes for the second half action. Let's talk about, we talked about a little bit, but how about our leading scorers each team? First things first for Carroll, Kendall Keller. Kind of expected there. She came in career high in points per game. On the other end, though, true freshman Paige Wasson had a great start. 9 points for the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears.
And it's something that really jumps off the page for me for each of those players. Kendall Keller, 18 minutes in that first half. Paige Wasson played all 20. They have motors here in the Frontier Conference that they don't teach elsewhere. Just playing a high-intensity, high-level basketball game, high-level shot-making, and you can see it right there on the stats. Both teams shooting 50% from the floor. Rocky content to do all of their stuff from the interior, and Carroll really lighten up the cut from outside, 6 of 12 from deep. So different approaches for these two teams, but really kind of getting the same result.
Yeah, you're right. Different approaches. That jumps off the page. Rocky Mountain 18-8 points in the paint. They're getting it down low. Not only just, obviously, their bigs, but also off the dribble. But Carroll College, if you're shooting 50% from three, keep shooting, right? So we get under a minute in the second half. Both teams making some great adjustments. Got some similar vibes to when Carroll College played Providence here at home. Carroll was down at the half, kind of a lot of adversity, didn't play very well, didn't shoot very well, but kept it close. Rocky, they've shot pretty well, they've played pretty well, but they're still down at the half, so we'll see how both teams can make adjustments here, like we've said, as we come to the end of our great Bootlegger Halftime Show. Carroll going the other way. Two of the same starters. Isabel Erickson
number 35 on the Saints, was a bit banged up. Looking like elbow, shoulder stuff going on, her right shoulder. She has a shoulder brace on now, DJ. I don't think she had that on at the start of the game, but you know, they got us in the nosebleeds here. Just kidding. We're a great view of the game.
Hey, this is one of my favorite gyms in the Frontier Conference. I'll say it, Jack. I mean, It's just beautiful. Everybody's right down on the floor. They have the big American flag that they raise out before the game. They know how to do it right here at Carroll College.
I've only been to this one in Rockies when I was doing some sort of basketball, like military training camp or something. They had us. We didn't play a lot of basketball. We're doing a lot of push-ups though. I remember that. Good gym there, over 2 for the Battling Bears. They get the ball first. Moran and company going the other way. 38-33 lead. Same starters for Rocky as well. Lawson, as we said, the leading scorer, being guarded by the other leading scorer, Kendall Keller for the Saints. Moran with it in the corner. Working on Erickson, back to her right. Carsetter with the switch. And she stepped out of bounds. So Carroll with a quick turnover. Forced. And that's one of the big differences, too, in that first half of action. Just overall turnovers. Rocky with 5, Carroll with 3. Erickson back in the game, as we said, a little banged up in the first half. She's a scrappy, physical player for her size, though. Kendall Keller gives it to Carstetter. Spin move on Hegum, and it's blocked by Hegum. Hegum's second block of the game. If you come at her, you got to float it over the top of her.
This is two teams that have played a pretty offensive game to this point, but of course their bread and butter is the defensive side of the ball, and starting to come to be a factor here early in the second half.
Yeah, and with good coaches, you make adjustments. You're going to see better defense in the second half, though. Willa Albrecht with a left-handed layup. Such a talented player, 12 points per game. Coming quickly the other way, Deathman. Cannon on the three-pointer. Deathman scored 7 in the first half, but she's now 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. As Ekstrom from the elbow. Carroll College up 9 here. Early in the third quarter, Coach Sayers must have fired him up a little bit, DJ.
It's just high-level shooting. I mean, you don't see teams opting for the mid-range jumper much anymore, but they've shot confidently and they've shot well tonight. Might as well go for it.
Wasson, too strong in the lefty to layup. Ekstrom with the rebound and now running the transition. She's taken to the paint, still on her feet, up and under, passes to Carstetter, who this time gets it over the top of Hegum. And the Saints with a double-digit lead, their first since they're up 10-0. How about 15 for Kendall Keller, 12 for Willa Albrecht. Erickson has 6. Erickson with 4, Carstetter with 6. Balanced scoring effort for the Saints. Another pull-up jumper. Ekstrom kind of feeling the hot hand. A bit of a heat check there, won't go, and Deathman pulls down the board. Deathman, also obviously a talented rebounder. Hegum, a three-pointer. Won't go, but she ends up with her own rebound. Good bounce for the Battling Bears. 15 on the shot clock. Folks, remember, this is the doubleheader. We'll have the men's game after this one, but we got a top 25 battle to sort out first. And what a shooter's bounce there, Ileana Moran. And a timeout for Coach Keller as they get it back to a single-digit game. And that'll be a media. Carroll College out of the gates hot here in the third quarter. 44-35 lead over Rocky Mountain, looking for their second top 25 win in as many weeks. Well, as they make adjustments, let's take a look at each coach, DJ. We talked about it a little bit in the first half, but now was when they really come into play. First things first, Coach Wes Keller, the Helena High Bengal. Miles City Community College player, spent some time in Montana Western, coach with the Rocky Mountain men's team when they won an NAIA national championship. Now he's leading the #1 team in the Frontier right now. On the other end, Coach Sayers, the former Absarka Husky, coach of the year last year. 5-time Frontier Conference champion. So about as good of a matchup as you could get coaching-wise here in the Frontier. 44-35. Pull up. Addie Ekstrom feeling it in the second half. She's up to 6 points now. 2 buckets here in the third quarter.
Entire Saints roster is just so confident shooting the ball right now. They're taking shots that you don't see teams take anymore.
Well, when you lose players, obviously like Jamie Pickens, some other Erica Nesson on the team, obviously. They lost 3 really talented seniors and a travel going the other way. There's going to be a lot of void in offense when you have the Frontier Conference Player of the Year or the NAIA National Player of the Year. There's going to be a void in offense, and players are going to have to fill it up. And obviously, Kendall Keller, Addie Ekstrom, Will Albeck going to shoot, but players like Megan Carsetter going to get more shots in the paint.
It's just all about taking advantage of your opportunities, and that's what they've done well here in the second half. This is kind of a repeat of what we saw to start the game. It was a 10-0 Carroll run. It's an 8-2 Carroll run right now to start act number 2. Just tough defense and good shot making.
Rocky now in a bit of a zone defense. We'll see how Carroll responds. Kendall Keller drives through the zone, now gets it to Ekstrom. Thought about shooting it. Under 10 on the shot clock. Erickson puts on the floor. Now is Alex Bullock checking in. Tall pass to go against Hegum. Almost gets the underhand scoop to go. And a foul on the rebound. And man, what a gritty player Isabel Erickson really is.
Yeah, it's a tough one to swallow there if you're Rocky, because you had him down to 1 second left on the shot clock and just got a little bit too aggressive. Played excellent defense that entire possession. That zone was working for him.
Good backside rebounding by Erickson. She's kind of a glue player for this team, as now Coach Sayers is going to talk with the referee about something. We got a referee review, DJ. Holy smokes. Because guess what, folks? They're going to use our SWX broadcast. So what you're seeing at home is exactly what our referees are going to look at. So they're going to go to the corner as let's all together check out what we're looking for. I believe maybe a foul on the rebound is what we'll look at here.
Maybe the call, possibly something to do about how much time was on that shot clock when the hand went up for the foul. See if the foul call came before or after the clock expired.
All right, so here we go. Underhand shot by Bullock. Goes the other side. As we get Coach Sayers on the bench, they're hyped. Okay, so there's our wider cam of it. Once again, though, yeah, DJ, great matchup. Smaller offensive player, great backside rebounding.
Yeah, you see there, I think maybe the clock hit 0.
Oh, that's what we're looking at. And we said that was a great look with the shot clock and 0. That's probably the best look we have.
What an angle we got there from our SWX camera crew.
Yeah, that's probably the best angle we have with the clock. So 5 seconds on the clock. Did Bullock hit the rim? No. 1 second, 0. And we see the ref's hand come up here. Clock's been at 0 for a minute, so I gotta say, just based on Jack Marshall's review,
looks like it should
shot
be a
clock violation on DJ Bauer too. So we decided, we got our 2 officials down there looking at this. Great looks at it from our crew. Here it is one more time. Bullock goes down. Bullock goes down, shows it over, and so unless she hits the rim, depends where the foul is. It's close between 1 and 0. Our official saw enough, though. He's going to wave over 1. Oh, no. Okay, so we're going to bring in a different official now to look at it. A different official now. Another set of eyes. Great job by our whole SWX crew. Alex cooking in the back with the replay here. Bullock goes underhand. So there's a 0. We'll see maybe when the foul would occur. 1. Okay, so Erickson does go up with the ball when maybe there's like a half second left. So if it's a body foul on, I believe that's Leckvold on the other side. Or that's Kaylin Black in the game for the first time today for Rocky. It's going to be, so if it's a body foul on her, there's a chance, as we see another great look with the clock on our baseline camera. It could be possible. All 3 refs are there now, though.
You got the YMCA Village people here in the PE Center.
It's always a way to pump them up.
The three officials talking. We got them fonted. Sean Schroeder, Sheehan Lemlin, Logan Snedaker. And great job from our crew. And they're gonna say shot clock violation. DJ, maybe we should start being replay guys. Holy cow, look at us. Look at us. Well, so it is a shot clock violation on Carroll rather than a foul on the Bears. So great. If Keller did call for that, that's a great chance replay review. That takes 2 points off the board. Now you have a chance to make it something like a 4-point swing if you can score here. Deathman gets it down low to Taylor Black. Former Bozeman Hawk. Can't get it to go. Erickson, though, with the rebound. 11-point lead for the Saints, just trying to control the game. Once again, Rocky in this kind of zone defense. Bullock. Ekstrom. Kendall Keller. Back to Ekstrom. 11 on the shot clock. Keller drives. Pull up Jay, and she is automatic right now. 17 points.
And that's what separates the good from the great in this league, is how are you able to adjust to what the opposing team does for you. Rocky moves into the zone defense, and Keller still finds a way to break through it.
Yeah, coaches know who she is. They put her on the preseason all-conference teams for a reason. First player in the gym today warming up, DJ. Up and under. No good from Leckvold and Kendall Keller. Aforementioned with another rebound, and the Saints really starting to really control this game. And how about this from the corner? Albrecht! Bang! 15 points for her. The Saints are marching.
I gotta say, I can't remember the last time I saw Albrecht miss a shot tonight.
Oh no, she's firing on all cylinders. Number 0. Rocky desperately looking for an answer. Carroll College has not lost at home to this team a lot. And Deathman with a bunny and just can't get it to go. Carroll College hasn't lost to Rocky at home since 2021. They swept them last year. Keller almost brought the house down with that one, but this will stay with the Saints.
That was close. That's one of those shots that if it goes in, you can feel the energy in this place explode.
Well, once again, men's game after this, a good turnout here Thursday afternoon. People getting off work. Got the marching band here for the first time since school resumed. Saints swinging around the horn, 13 on the clock now. Erickson with 7. Ekstrom from downtown. It's good! Addie Ekstrom. 9 points. Carroll College flying by Rocky Mountain in the third quarter. And now a foul on the entry pass. Coach Sayers can't believe it. Saints, though, playing great. That's only the first foul on Addie Ekstrom.
I mean, they're on a roll. This is a game that was, most of the first half within 1 or 2 possessions. All of a sudden, you blink your eyes, it's a 19-point game.
That's right. What a halftime speech Coach Sayers said. They beat Providence in this building on a last-second go-ahead shot by Kendall Keller. And now they're looking down the barrel. Back-to-back top 25 wins in the PE Center. They'd be tied with Rocky for the Frontier Conference lead if they win this one. Black off the front of the rim, and here come the Saints. Will Albrecht, the speedster. Keller looks to fire. How about Ekstrom instead? Addie Ekstrom off the front of the rim. And the Saints will just find a way. Alex Bullock with the save. What a hustle play from the redshirt freshman. The hometown post. Erickson this time in front of the bench. Off the rim. The Saints are just trying to, feels like, get a kill shot in the third quarter. And what great rebounding.
The energy from everyone on the court is just infectious. You can just feel it feeding off the teammates.
A bit of a miscommunication there by Ekstrom. And if you're Rocky, you want to get back in this one. You got to force turnovers and create some offense. Coach Keller going to make some substitutions, and they're going to take out their 2 bigs. We saw them do this in the first half, too. Bring in Linz and the other Hagel, the older Hagel. We'll see how that adjustment works.
Yeah, playing the small ball strategy is a little interesting here, considering they had some troubles getting some rebounds over on that other possession.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Keller wants, and also just give his bigs a little rest too, probably. But you're right, and against good guards, interesting. You're right. We'll see how it works. Leckvold fadeaway won't go, but there is Linz with their offensive rebound, working on Bullock, and they get the foul on Alex Bullock. So Brianna Linz has been a good energy player off the bench for this Rocky Mountain team so far.
She has. She's been a little bit of the spark plug for them, and boy, do they need it now more than ever, trailing by 19, their biggest deficit of the night. That's aggression on both sides. Aggressive offense from Linz, aggressive defense from Bullock. Teams still have the energy deep into this game.
First free throw from Linz, good. She was a junior, Billy senior. 57% free throw shooter coming into the ball game. Played 64 career games at Rocky. 16 starts last year. Obviously just her and Hegum both though, and then bench roles with the new post that Rocky brought in the offseason. Carroll with a great possession last possession, but couldn't get a shot to fall. Ekstrom working on Moran. Hand off to Albrecht with the drive. Pump fake, pull up from mid-range, and that one just rolls off. Rocky trying to create some defense and offense and work themselves back into this one. They go right back to Linz. Moran working on Keller. 15 on the shot clock. Moran will drive to the left-hand side, now puts it up, and Kendall Keller will pick up the foul. It's going to be her first. My apologies. Scoreboard operator's ahead of me looking at the scoreboard.
And this is what Rocky needs to do to get back into this game, is just drive, draw contact, get yourself to the line, give yourself those opportunities to get 2 free points, because this Carroll defense has been relentless and they haven't been letting them get points from anywhere else all second half.
Leon Moran, the junior guard, or sophomore, I believe. She had 5 starts as a freshman. Sorry, junior guard, 5 starts as a freshman. Played in 65 games in 3 years for the Battling Bears. She gets her first free throw to go. Obviously a starter this year, started 18 games last year. Carroll bringing a couple subs in the game. Their lineup was firing, but they're going to give Ekstrom a breather. Bullock going to head to the bench, and Erickson going to bring in. So here comes Carstetter, Oakland, Converse. A press for the Battling Bears. Carroll breaks it though. Keller on the Carroll C. Calling out the offense. Goes behind the back. Clear Converse. At a flathead high. 9 seconds. And Keller thought about pulling it. Doesn't. Rolls to her right. Here's Albrecht. She's automatic from the corner. Rolls in and out. Great rebound though by Megan Carstetter. And she's having a great ball game.
That right there was a Jamie Pickens play.
Megan Carstetter was, practice against Jamie Pickens all year. Obviously she played with her, but she was probably guarding Jamie Pickens in practice a lot.
I mean, how often do you think we saw that where someone missed from the perimeter and she was underneath to clean it up? Beautiful play from Carstetter. Madeline
Hegum, she averages 2.5 points per game. It's her first bucket of the ball game here. Well, 12 seconds separating shot and game clock. 16-point lead for Carroll College, a huge third quarter for them. And there's Carstetter, the lefty, back to her left, and she draws a foul. She shoots 69% from the free throw line. Only averages 1.4 rebounds a game. Carstetter coming this one. But with how this game's gone so far, that seems like a number that only go up for her. She's gotten more confident in her first year as a starter.
And you have to imagine it will. You know, again, I've said this before in this broadcast, the Frontier Conference is a conference that is so tough, prides itself on playing good defense. A way to win in this league is to get down dirty in the post, draw those fouls, get yourself to the line, get rebounds.
She misses the second free throw, 57-40 lead, shot clock gone. 15 seconds, Leckvold trying to give the Battling Bears a shot of energy, headed into the final quarter. Leckvold against Carstetter. Now she'll kick it out. 3-pointer for Moran. Nothing but net, and Rocky Mountain with a big 3 at the end of the third quarter to cut the lead, but Carroll College swarms the Battling Bears to start the third quarter. 57-43 lead with one more to go here on SWX. Welcome back here at Carroll College as we're getting right underway with the fourth quarter. 57-43 lead. DJ, my stats guys tell me Kendall Keller at 941 career points at Carroll College. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Getting close to that 4-digit mark.
That's right. Well, Rocky Media, though, with a turnover. They're going to battle back into this one. It's one way to do it. Oakland denying ball. Leckville taking it in. Didn't have the height advantage, but got the bucket there. Gracie Leckville, hard over height.
And that's stealing a possession there if you're the Battling Bears. They were down 57-40. Able to get that three to fall through at the end of the third and get a quick bucket to start the fourth quarter. Little things, little ways to chip away and get back in it.
That's right. Albrecht, that was over Albrecht. Here's Albrecht, though, rattles it in, and Will Albrecht's been on fire in the second half. She's up to 18 points. 8 of those have come here in the second half.
7 of 11 from the floor, 4 of 7 from deep.
Yeah, when she plays aggressive on offense, really hard to stop. A pull-up from Moran is good, so trading buckets here. We saw a little of that in the first quarter. And now Moran feels like not the loudest scorer in the game, but she's got 13 for the Battling Bears. So
they're starting to find their offensive footing a little bit that they didn't have in the third quarter. How will they be able to respond on the defensive side of the ball is what I want to know.
Carroll's got some good looks out of this, again, from three-point range against this Rocky zone, and here's another one. Ekstrom continues to light it up. 3 players in double digits now for the Saints, and they expand the lead once again.
I mean, they've just shown all night that you just can't give them any good looks at all or they'll sink it. They're just shooting so well tonight. You need to be able to defend at all levels and get in the face.
You know what they say, DJ, hand down, man down. Hegum working on Albrecht. Spin move, and it rolls in. And now Coach Keller going to take a timeout with the Saints up at 63-49. Erickson going to check in, but that'll be immediate timeout. Carroll College leading here in the final quarter. PE Center, ranked matchup. Well, folks, dinner for the SWX crew was provided locally by Stefano's Pizza and Sub Shop. Dine-in, takeout, your go-to pizza and sub shop since 1982. As we're back after the media timeout. Isabel Hegum got a layup to go, but the Saints, a 14-0 lead over the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears. Looking to be tied atop the Frontier Conference. Young season, these teams play each other 3 times, but getting that first matchup is always big.
And that's important to note. This is the last year that teams are going to be playing each other 3 times as the Frontier expands next year. So you're not going to get these opportunities to really study an opponent like this. You got to take advantage of them when you can.
You don't have to play the good teams 4 times anymore, which I'm sure maybe 4 times tournament-wise. As Lechvold with the steal. Gracie Lechvold shot out of the cannon. Pull up Jay on the fast break. Can't get it to go, though. Good defense by Addie Ekstrom. 2-on-1 on the fast break. But you're right, DJ. Football is going to be split into divisions. Do you know how basketball is going to work for divisions in Frontier? Is it going to be just a one big conference? Maybe. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out a year from now, won't we?
I guess we will find out a year from now. Thank you, DJ. Still in the zone is Rocky Mountain. 14-point lead for Carroll College. Saints on fire. 3 players in double figures. Led all by Willa Ulrich with 18. Keller 17. Megan Carstetter, the lefty, can't get to go. She was a bucket away from double figures. Hegum, though, with the rebound, and now hitting the floor again is Isabel Erickson. She's limping back. I hope she's all right as Hegum does get the bucket to go. Erickson's a physical player, but man,
she's taking a couple licks tonight.
Yeah, she's taking a couple spills. A long night in the ice bath, probably. Carroll College holding a 12-0 lead. Rocky not out of it. They haven't buried him yet. Step back, though, for Erickson, or Ekstrom would have done it. Erickson does get the rebound, but she steps on the purple line. So Rocky now has a chance to make it a 10 or even a single-point lead.
And we've seen the pace in this fourth quarter has been pretty quick, which is certainly favorable to a Rocky team trying to claw its way out of a deficit. Able to get turnovers, able to get stops on the other end, and then get quick buckets on their end. That's how you get back in a basketball game.
Oakland in for Erickson for Carroll College. Corner, Hegum driving on Carstetter, loses it, and there's Kendall Keller. Keller in transition, crossover. And now it's stolen back by Lechvold. So a bit of a frenzy there. Coach Keller sitting down now, calling out the play. There's Deathman. Not a career night for her exactly. Only 7 points. Honestly, DJ, Carroll College has done as good a job as anybody. Sydney Deathman.
They've locked her up. She hasn't had anything on the stat sheet since the first half. I mean, you got to find a way to get your best player involved with your West Keller and the Battling Bears. You trail by 12 on the road against a top 25 team. Got to get the ball in her hands.
As we said, Coach Sayers as her team is a top 25 team, but scoring defensive team. Inbound play to Lechvold. 17 on the shot clock. Working through the screen, and Kendall Keller with another steal. Active hands. Keller in transition. Pulls up on the layup. It's good, and Kendall Keller expands the lead a little more. She's a point shy from 20.
Back-to-back steals, too, and that time she was able to finish it out. Again, the great players, they know how to adjust.
Yeah, it's a big game, Kendall Keller right now. Moran, pull up Jay. Can't get the bounce. It's a good look for her. As we said, she's got 13 points, but can't go. Oakland with the rebound. Just over 5 minutes to go in this one. Deathman hits the floor hard. I hope she's all right. She returns to the left side of this 2-3 zone. 10 seconds on the clock. Ekstrom, Keller, thought about pulling it, doesn't. Now she'll put the mid-range. Kendall Keller, she's so good at that shot. It's almost automatic, though. Good job by Hegum to pop out on it. Wasson, 9 points in the first half from her. A bit of a quiet second half for the star freshman as well. Both her and Deathman have not scored in the second half. Wasson drives. She can't get it to go, and now a chance for her to pick up her first bucket of second half as a shooting foul is going to be called.
I mean, that's your difference between first half and second half right there. Whenever Carroll is able to flip a switch and keep the opposing team's 2 leading scorers from getting on the stat sheet at all, I mean, that's your game right there.
That's right. Lawson at the free throw line now. She averages 6.6 rebounds a game, which is pretty good as a guard. Came in the game shooting 38 for 119 from three-point range. I said 68 from free throw percentage, and she misses her second one. Well, if you want to come back into a game, DJ, free throws are big. Those are kind of lost points. So we looked at three-point percentage. Carroll College made 5 more, shooting a little worse. Oh, shooting better. So they don't teach the best math at Shields High School.
Or at least I don't pay attention in class.
But yeah, Carroll College outshot them from beyond the arc. But inside the arc there, that shot is missed. Well, Rocky, 4 minutes to go. Gonna need a couple points in a hurry to make this one fun. That's a good way to get it, though. Gracie Leckvold drives the paint and gets to go. She's got 9.
And another player that's just one of the most experienced that they have on this roster. Find a way to get the ball into her hands, and good things can usually happen.
Extended trapping, 2-3, ends up with Kendall Keller, a three-pointer off the iron. And a great rebound down and low by Ava Oakland. And a timeout by Sayers. That's a smart timeout by Rochelle Sayers. Oakland was in some trouble. 30-second timeout. And we're going to stay right here. And next broadcast for us here on SWX after the game is going to be the second half of our Frontier Conference doubleheader, the men's matchup, DJ. Rocky Mountain men, we haven't seen them yet this year. Maybe you did watch them play Montana Tech, but they got a good squad. Carroll College, man, I watched them play a few times. They're a young team, they're waiting to gel, but if they do gel, they can play like 10 deep, it feels like. It could be a fun ball game after this.
I think that's really fun about the Frontier this year is oftentimes you talk about these loaded rosters. And I mean, I called our SWX game last week between Montana Tech and MSU Northern with the great Chris Byers from Billings, and we just talked about how deep all of these teams are. You know, a team like Tech, they got 5 great starters. They also go 10 deep.
Yeah, Carroll College has seen an 8-player rotation. Rocky 8 or 9 too. Carsetter with the left hand over Hagum. And that's a great play by Megan Carsetter. And now she's into double figures with 11 points. 67-54 lead, the Saints. We saw a statement win against Providence. How about another one? They can get playing like this. Carroll College will be 3-1 in conference with 2 top 25 wins. And now a three-pointer from Albrecht. Tickles the twine. 21 for Willa Albrecht.
I think we just got to put in like a little button that we can just press right now that says 3 for Willa Albrecht so we can spare ourselves the breath.
Carroll College red hot from beyond the arc. As Hagum with the shot, with the underhand layup. And yeah, when these guards in Carroll College shoot well, they're a hard team to stop with how good they play defensively. Frontier Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Scoreless in the second half so far. Fade away. Ekstrom can't get it to go, and a foul on the rebound. And that's going to go against Hagum. Her and Carsetter hand fighting. Hagum was the Frontier Defensive Player of the Week. She's a tall, talented freshman, but Carsetter has a bit more of a seasoned college post player and has really played well against her.
She has, and again, I think that's just a credit to, this roster construction and what everybody's able to do. They know their roles. They know that they need to be versatile. Carstetter only about a rebound per game, but she's played that post role against the taller freshmen really well all night long.
Black checks in from Moran on the Rocky Mountain side of things. Carsetter with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. There's Keller driving on Deathman. Now corner Ekstrom, 4. Ekstrom with 2. Fade away Ekstrom. Doesn't get anything, and that'll be a shot clock violation / foul. Will Albrecht with the foul. It's going to be her 3rd, depending if it's shot clock or not. Our officials are talking about that.
It's the second time tonight that we've had a foul call right next to the shot clock.
Yeah, it's a great point. Maybe we run it back with our replay review. What do you think, DJ? I'm just kidding. Coach Sayers is, maybe even you can hear it here. Couch talking to the official a little bit. Carroll College, though, still up 14, and they do give Albrecht the foul. Lynn's with it. She gives it away. Willa Albrecht with it. Well, 90 seconds left in this one, and Carroll College with a double-digit lead. We knew it was going to be a good, talented game, but Carroll College came out of the first quarter really well, DJ, and came in at halftime really well, and nothing that points to more than coaching. Coach Sayers had her team ready to go out of both breaks.
Well, that was the big question coming in, was how were they going to rebound after a surprising, disappointing loss on Saturday? How are they going to rebound against one of the 20 best teams in the nation? And, I mean, give credit to Rachel Sayers and this Fighting Saints squad.
Well, a block for Rocky by Black, but then a quick steal by Oakland gives Carroll the ball back, and they can kind of just waste the shot clock and get it down. No shot clock for Rocky after this. So Carroll College women, number 22 team in the country, is going to move to 11-6, 3-1 in conference play, and knock off the Rocky Mountain women. Shot clock violation for Keller. And DJ, you said this Rocky women's team hasn't lost to NAIA school in a while, or
hasn't
is it
lost
the
an
men?
NAIA game since the start of, or excuse me, that is for the men.
Sorry,
We're getting
both
our
Rocky
wires
teams are
crossed
good.
here.
But this Rocky
We still got
team,
one game to go, folks.
it will be the Rocky Mountain women's first conference loss. As the men's are getting ready to go, you got to think Carroll men are going to be juiced after this. Rocky men having some fun watching the game too. Lawson with 6 seconds can't go. And how about this victory for Carroll College? 70-56. The Saints with back-to-back top 25 wins in the PE Center. Will Albrecht 21 points. Kendall Keller 19 points. Those two absolutely balling, and more importantly, they hold Sydney Deathman to 7 points. DJ, what a win for Carroll College.
Now, when you shoot 47% from deep and you hold their best player to 7 points, I think you're usually going to win the basketball game, Jack.
Yeah, and we get a good look at this one. Carroll College did it from beyond the arc. 11 three-pointers made, and they held Rocky to 15 three-pointers. Their guards just looked so good on the thing. I don't know how you stop the combination of Addie Ekstrom, Kendall Keller, and Will Albrecht.
Whenever they're rolling, it's hard to stop them.
That's right. Well, the Carroll College women only get better. 3-1 in conference play. They now are atop the Frontier Conference. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to have the men's game coming up not long after this. But for now, Carroll College women pick up a big victory over the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears.